Top Gun is 40 years old and is being re-released in theatres. And just like its iconic star Tom Cruise, the movie has aged pretty well. But it is slightly problematic. Let's start there, because it's really hard to defend your lead character Maverick following a woman, a complete stranger, into the ladies' room, assuming she'll be grateful to have sex with you.
What do you want to do? Just drop right down on the tile and go for it?
I actually had this counter in mind.
And that's all to win a $20 bet with your bro. It's the definition of toxic masculinity.
So's my Johnson.
In fact, Maverick's frequent man-child behaviour in the movie towards Kelly McGillis's Charlie is a masterclass in how to be a shit bloke.
I can't hear you!
But don't blame Mav. Most of the love interest subplot was added in reshoots after the film wrapped, because test audiences of the original version demanded a payoff for all that chemistry between Charlie and Maverick. There's a conspiracy theory the studio was also worried the original version was coming across like a gay bromance. I wonder where they got that idea from.
Maverick. Not your flying. Okay, I see. That's gay. Okay.
On the topic of that beach volleyball scene, it is one of the greatest and most stupid things in the history of cinema. Firstly, it's pointless. Secondly, why is Tom Cruise wearing jeans to play beach volleyball? Thirdly, we're expected to believe the famously short Tom Cruise is a champion beach volleyball player.
He's Tom Cruise!
But you know what? I forgive all of that, because that scene gave the world the double-ended high five. That's what the world needs right now. Talking about iconic, any modern review of Top Gun has to acknowledge the film's impact on pop culture, like this classic line.
I feel the need for speed.
How about this one? And how about that soundtrack? The soundtrack sold more than 10 million copies, BTW, even if in the movie, director Tony Scott just dropped Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins in at completely random moments. Talking about nonsensical, the plot? Top Gun doesn't really have a plot in the traditional sense, which may have something to do with Tony Scott selling his soul to the US Navy to use their planes and warships. Like he literally just filmed them going about their training and then turned that footage into a movie. The budget was so small for a blockbuster they had to cast relatively unknowns, which actually worked in the film's favour. See Meg Ryan.
Hey, Goose, you big stud!
That's me, honey.
Take me to bed or lose me forever.
And Tim Robbins.
Pull up, Cougar.
And even Tom Cruise at the time was only known as the risky business kid.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
Fun fact, Tom wasn't the first choice for the role. He wasn't even the fifth choice to play Mav. The studio tried to get Emilio Estevez, Patrick Swayze, Sean Penn, Rob Lowe, Charlie Sheen, Michael J. Fox, and even Karate Kid Ralph Macchio. Karate Kid is actually an interesting reference here because it had just been a huge hit at the box office, and that was the goal of Top Gun. Don't be a gritty war film, be a glossy, fun Karate Kid sports movie, only with fighter planes. As a result, Top Gun was aimed squarely at teenage boys, which makes total sense when you watch it as an adult now. Seriously, at the time, Val Kilmer's Iceman was the bad guy.
You guys really are cowboys.
But watching it as an adult in 2026, Iceman actually reads as a professional naval aviator who very reasonably calls out Maverick on his shit.
I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Nice, man. I am dangerous.
Maverick's showboating and reckless disregard for authority is obviously dangerous, and it gets his own wingman killed, and certainly is not as charming as it seemed back in the 80s. And it's not just critics that think that. Top Gun was cited by the Navy as a contributing factor of the 1991 tailhook scandal, because they say it influenced the toxic behaviour of Navy pilots at an event in Las Vegas that resulted in the alleged assault of 83 women. Maverick took decades to get over the line. The stink of tailhook is the reason for that. So anyone who thinks the OG Top Gun movie wasn't problematic is literally ignoring history. That said, the dogfighting sequences were pretty epic, and restored in 4K, the whole thing looks spectacular. And of course, that high five. So good. Top Gun, at 40 years old, gets 3.5 stars.